Farmers need to look for low investment opportunities to increase income in this tough ag economy. That's just some of the advice from lenders at the South Dakota Ag Expo. They say producers need to apply the lessons learned from the farm crisis of the 80s to make it through this one. Mikkel Pates has more.
The last 40 years have been unparalleled in the history of humankind.
The farm crisis of the 1980s is still on the minds of many farmers, especially in the current ag climate of high costs and low commodity prices. The difference is worldwide demand for food is much higher now.
And so the defining trait of the last 40 years has been increased wealth globally, particularly in the developing world, but increased wealth globally and increased food consumption.
Ag economist Matthew Roberts says increased demand led to higher prices and then increased production. But now we're in a period of oversupply and falling prices, so it's a time of adjustment.
That demand is still increasing, just supply outstripped it for a while. How long does it take for that demand to catch back up and for those costs to come back down into a more rational level?
You need to look for low investment.
Ag banker Nate Franzen says that although times are tough, it's very different from the 80s, in large part because farmers are better managers now.
We're not in an 80s scenario at all right now. Matter of fact, I would say it's very different. Now, that doesn't mean the risk isn't out there that we could see some more 80s-like trends. We've done a better job since the 80s of educating ourselves on what to do when these cycles in agriculture hit us. But that doesn't mean we're bulletproof.
Still, the bankers say about half of their clients are losing money right now. But there are some things that can be done to improve the bottom line.
Producers need to do their extra work to figure out, okay, am I making money in this crop or am I not? What adjustments do I need to make to my operation? It's about understanding your difference between variable costs and fixed costs.
The big questions are how bad is it going to get and how long will it be that way? Some of that depends on what happens in Washington.
We've got a supply and we have a demand. Now we just need all of the things in between that to work right. And we don't need trade rules that are going to make this difficult. We need a platform that makes this work.
A couple of other factors working in farmers' favor now are low inflation and interest rates. For AgweekTV, this is Mikkel Pates.
About 1,400 people attended the annual event, which is sponsored by the South Dakota Agribusiness and Grain and Feed Associations.